Hey, welcome back to Carl Daddy RC. Today we are going to be working on a project or a trailer that I've been wanting to build for a while, and that's going to be an enclosed trailer. So a little while back I had made a 1/14 scale oil tanker, and these ends really intrigued me. I thought that maybe I'd have extra plant printed and be able to make an enclosed trailer. So what I want to be able to haul is these, not both at the same time. Maybe down the road I can make an extended one, but I want to be able to haul these cars in the enclosed trailer. So I got some, I guess it's 1/2 inch. One of them says it here. There it is. We got some trim channel, 1/16 thickness. It's 3/8 by 1/2 inch by 48 inches. So I'm gonna try to use this fancy piece. I don't really even know what you would call it. It's some other kind of a trim piece. I did get my burr grinder in there and hogged that little trim fin piece off there. And the idea is to be able to use that as the side. I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm gonna try it. If it don't work, that's fine. I'm kind of concerned how the aluminum, because I'm gonna sheet it out in aluminum. At least that's the plan. And I don't know how that's gonna work. We'll go with it. If I have to switch back to the C channel or the C channel, then I can do that, and that's no problem. But I would like to make that. So a couple other things is I kind of getting low on funds, so I just have 1.9 inch rims that will work on my axles, and I'm gonna stretch a 1.7 semi-truck tire over it. I was able to get it on this one, and that seems to look pretty good. The only thing is it's got that dip in it in the middle. I think once it's got some weight on it, it should be all right. I really like using the semi-Tyler tires because of the stiffness on them. They seem to give you, I like to overbuild everything, so they seem to give you the best stiffness and the best sidewall strength. So that's what we're gonna do for that. Those are gonna be my side pieces. And so yeah, I think I'm gonna get some measurements. I haven't really decided exactly how big I want this. I have the truck cars here because I want to be able to come up with an idea. I think so scale wise, if you're going exactly scale, 10 inches would be 10.1 inches would be what, 101 inch, which is what you're maximum legally allowed to run here in the States. I think 10 inches is probably a good idea. I think 8 inches just seems to be right for the height of it. Obviously it's gonna sit a little higher because of the tires and axles and everything. But all right. Well, I'm gonna clean these off the table here, and we're gonna start cutting. One thing I didn't measure was how long. I always like to go overboard. I think I'm gonna keep this one pretty close though. 20 inches is pretty much all you're gonna get for that. But let's just safely go to 21. I think that'll give me some room in there. This is my first enclosed one. I don't think it'll be too awful complicated. I have made plenty of other trailers in the past. Much more, I like the gooseneck ones, but I wanted to make this one here, and I think I'm gonna try to make a gooseneck enclosed as well down the road. Probably gonna make that a triple axle, and then we can make it longer and all that fancy. But this one, I just wanna make a bumper pull here, and I think we're gonna stick with 21 inches. That sounds like a plan. So 21 by 8 by 10. We might go 9.5 on the inside, the opening. So then you'll have a little bit on the edge. Yeah, that should work. All right. And on these tires, stretching, like I said, stretching these 1.9s on this, well, 1.7s on these 1.9s. They're, they take a little bit, but they are doable. Once you get them on, then you kind of got to set that bead in the correct way. Once you first get them pulled in, they want to set wrong. See if I can show you here. When you get them in, they want to do that like poked out. You kind of just got to keep working it back and forth. And then you'll feel it. It pushes into place. So there's a tire. I'm gonna mark these off here and get some of them cut. Right back. All right, here we got 2 21-inch of these. I'm still gonna have to hog out that piece for my 3D printed parts to fit. But just for mocking up sake here, I actually found a piece of board. So if that goes there, I'm gonna want the trim. No, that's not gonna cut into it at all. Is that gonna complicate it too much? If we put that across there, you know what? How about we bring that forward just a touch and then do the same on the front, and I'll cut that. I might actually be able to just, yeah, I might be able to make that fit. That sure looks like it will. Okay, let's go with that. Let me get some cutting here. Okay. Just over 10 inches. All right, we got these cut and fitting in there. I will obviously have to drill a hole, screw them in place, but for right now, the trouble is I gotta trace out each corner here is gonna need cut so that they will set flush here. Okay. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut the uprights. So I believe I said I wanted them to be 8 inches, but that was 8 inches from the floor. So if we add that, maybe we'll go 8 1/4. How about we do that? Okay, a good bit's happened here. Like I said, I've never done one of these, so I was just trying to see exactly how I wanted to make the process go. So I did cut the pieces out of there to make way for my turnbuckle of sorts, and I've got the upright on there. That is going to be the look. This is before, so I don't know if you can see that well, but, and I need to get my file in there and get them burrs out. Okay, and then I set my piece here, marked it with a 1/16 of an inch drill bit, and then drilled my hole. Then we will do the same to this cross piece. Kind of just wanting to see if I went and took my jigsaw, cut my notches out, and I would like to see if this is gonna fit in here. Ooh, just a touch not. Okay, I'll just have to take itty bitty bit off there, but that is what we're looking at. That should give plenty of space there. Yeah. And one of these will come across. And we'll box in. That's gonna be all I can do for the night, but I will pick this up and I will have this finished in this video. So stay tuned here. All right, I went ahead and did some drilling, and I'm gonna put this on a time lapse and try to get a little bit of more shape done here. So here we go. Oh, I might have made a bit of a mistake. So we're getting somewhere finally, and I think the way this is cut, I needed it to go in before I put it all together. Oh, that's close. We might make it work. Oh. Aha! Okay. So, oh, that's pretty good. Okay. Nice. Okay. So it'll be able to drive in. Okay. I kind of, man, I kind of want to put plexiglass on the sides. Yeah, we'll see. All right, we'll see. But it's getting somewhere at least. All right, let's do the last pieces and then we're gonna put the tongue on. I actually found one from another build that I've done and I don't see why that won't work. So, well, I kind of forgot to push the record button while I was putting that on, but here's the top piece. I did get the back one on. Okay, and I'm gonna definitely put some screws in there. We're a little bit off crooked here, and that's all right. We can make that work. But there's the base of it. Okay, major progress here, even though it might not look like it. But first, I'm going to explain how I'm going to do my axles. So typically, I would do a Tamiya non-powered trailer axle. And these work really good. I'm really happy with these. The bearings on these are really smooth. But the trouble is the spacing, typically, with your leaf springs. So I want these to ride pretty close. So you, without making custom leaf springs, and that's possible. I've done that. It's just, I would rather go a different way. So I have something 3D printed here that I'm gonna try. But what I would normally do with these is I would cut them in half and then custom extend them. So I'll put a copper, I think it's 1/2 inch ID sleeve basically on there and make them to where I, how wide I want them. These 3D printed options though, they're a little bit stiff. I think with some driving, I should be able to loosen them up. If I have to, I will drill this main hole out. I've done it a little bit already because they were extremely stiff. But these were a 3D printed. I forget what this Traxxas, what's this for, but pretty simple. You just put your shaft there. It's for a 2-wheel drive Traxxas Slash, if I'm not mistaken. This would be the front hub or axle part. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that's what it goes to. And your tire, your hex slips down on there onto your pin, and your tire goes on. I did save one. I wanted to show how that was going. And the next part, I think I'm gonna fast forward through here. And we're gonna get the angle on for the axle. So what this does, this angle is gonna go underneath here and set. So, just so, that's the other side. They are directional. There it is. Woo! Okay. They are directional. There's one side. So I will drill holes here whenever I figure out where I want them to go and get my spacing. And then that is going to get riveted up underneath there. That will give me my axles. And then I can, I might come up with some sort of a flare on the side. I think that's a guarantee pretty much. So they will allow some, just depends on where you put that hole on the back there. You'll be able to get some movement. I'm gonna play around with it and see what I can do. The trouble is matching the other side. So anyways, without further ado, we're gonna get at it. Okay, I can already tell I'm not liking that. It's, I can't get the angle to be flat and get a tight, tight snap on that. So I guess I could drill the bottom. All right. Problem solving. I'll be right back. Okay. There we go. Starting to look like a trailer. Let's see what happens here. So we have ability to articulate. A little bit, at least a little bit. And then if the trailer sets up a little, she's stiff, but yeah. Man, the only thing I don't like is how low that hitch is. Because my trucks I don't know, maybe fully maxed. Okay, found one that fit. That seems to fit. Oh, really good. I don't know, maybe I can throw a different body on that, but that's a 10, is that an SCX 10 chassis? But it doesn't have the lift or anything, so that hitch just sits on there just right. I really do like that. All right, I think tomorrow I'm gonna get that driving around, and then we're gonna call that the end of the video. The final touches, like the plexiglass and the roof here and the door, we'll leave that for another video, but I am really happy with that. I think it looks pretty good. All right, time to wrap this video up. I said I was gonna have it driving in this video, and here we go. We go outside here and do a little bit. The van was the only thing that really wanted to fit on properly, so without having to modify anything. Take it over here to the driveway. Hey, that seems to be going pretty good. Pretty cool speed here. There we go. She doesn't really want to turn that well, the van, but as far as trailers go, that seems to work pretty well. Alright, well, thanks for watching. We'll be back again with another one.